Welcome back, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and history lovers. Today, we uncover a hidden gem of American coinage. Yes, we're talking about the elusive and incredibly valuable 2005 Roosevelt dime. Believe it or not, this tiny 10-cent coin could be worth as much as $540,000 in today's collector market. So, buckle in as we take a journey through its rich background. Fascinating features, shocking mint errors, and the jaw-dropping reasons why this modern dime is now worth over $500,000. Section 1. The Legacy of the Roosevelt Dime. The story of the 2005 dime begins decades earlier with the origin of the Roosevelt dime itself. Introduced in 1946, the Roosevelt dime was minted to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who played a major role in fighting polio and helped establish the March of Dimes campaign. It replaced the Mercury dime, which had been in circulation since 1916. From day one, the Roosevelt dime symbolized progress, resilience, and national pride. The obverse features a left-facing profile of Roosevelt, sculpted by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. The reverse shows a torch in the center, representing liberty, flanked by an olive branch symbolizing peace and an oak branch for strength and independence. This timeless design remains unchanged even to this day, and in 2005, the Philadelphia Mint struck tens of millions of Roosevelt dimes. Most ordinary, but some were extraordinary. Section 2. 2005 dime basic facts and circulation numbers. The 2005 Roosevelt dime was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most historically rich minting facilities in the United States. That year, the Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 1.45 billion dimes with the P mint mark. Yes, you heard right, 1.45 billion coins. So you may ask, with so many made, how can one possibly be worth $540,000? Well, here's where things get thrilling. Amid that enormous production run, a small number of dimes emerge with rare errors, varieties, or ultra-high-grade conditions that make them extremely desirable to collectors. And when demand meets extreme rarity, boom, you have a recipe for a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Section 3. Why the 2005 dime is worth $540,000. Rarity and errors. So, let's talk money. Real, big money. Point 1. Specific: 2005 dime sold for a staggering $540,000 due to a combination of ultra-rarity, minting error, and pristine condition. This coin was no ordinary dime. It displayed an incredibly rare double-die obverse detail where the design elements, especially Roosevelt's profile, motto, and the word liberty, appeared slightly duplicated due to a misalignment during the hubbing process. Even more astonishing, this specimen was graded a perfect MS-70 Mint State 70 by PCGS Professional Coin Grading Service, the most trusted name in coin authentication. In coin collecting, the difference between an MS-68 and an MS-70 is like night and day. At MS-70, the coin is absolutely flawless, with no visible imperfections even under 5x magnification. When you mix a rare error with a perfect grade on a modern coin, collectors go absolutely wild. And that's what led to one lucky owner selling this seemingly ordinary dime for over $500,000 at auction. Section 4. Other notable errors in 2005 dimes. But wait, there's more. While the double die is the king of them all, several other 2005 Roosevelt dime errors have captured the attention of numismatists. Off-center strikes where the design is visibly misaligned, sometimes up to 20 to 30%, and missing details appear blank or shifted. These can fetch anywhere from $150 to $1,200 depending on severity. Clipped planchets where a portion of the coin is missing, creating a crescent moon shape. These errors can sell for $75 to $500. Wrong planchet errors: imagine a dime struck on a penny or foreign planchet. Some of these freak errors can reach prices as high as $10,000 or more. Die breaks and cuts: these appear as raised areas or blobs on the coin, usually caused by damaged dies. Unique examples can be worth hundreds of dollars. Section 5. Market trends. Is it still a good time to buy or sell? So what about today's market? As of this year, the numismatic world has seen record-breaking prices at auctions. Modern coins in perfect condition are surging in value. The 2005 Roosevelt dime, especially those with verified mint errors or pristine grading, continues to gain momentum. Even mid-grade examples with minor errors are seeing more than 100x their face value. Collectors are actively searching eBay, heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, and private dealers for 2005p dimes with any anomalies. The possibility of finding a rare variation in your pocket change is sparking a new wave of excitement in coin collecting. Section 6. How to check your 2005p dime. What to look for. Now you're probably wondering, do I have a fortune hiding in my coin jar? Here's what you should do. 1. Find a magnifying glass, preferably 5x or 10x zoom. 2. Look at the obverse front. Focus on Roosevelt's eye, mouth, and the word liberty. Any doubling, you may have a double die. 3. Inspect the rim. Is the strike off center? Uneven border. Could be a misaligned die. 4. Check the reverse back. Look at the torch and lettering. Any die cracks or doubling. 5. Weigh your coin. A genuine dime should weigh exactly 2.268 grams. Any major difference could indicate a wrong planchet. 6. Condition matters. The shinier and more flawless it is, the higher the value. Never clean the coin, it destroys its value. If you suspect you have a rare coin, submit it to PCGS or NGC for grading and authentication. It might just change your life. Section 7. Tiny coin, giant fortune. The 2005p Roosevelt dime proves one thing: you never know the value of what's in your pocket. A simple, overlooked coin can carry with it a story of historical legacy, minting marvels, and unimaginable value. And for some lucky collectors, that story ends with a $540,000 paycheck. So, check your change. Look in that old coin jar. Ask your grandparents about their piggy bank. Because in the world of coin collecting, one small dime can equal a life-changing treasure. And as always, stay curious, stay passionate, and keep hunting for that hidden gem. Because the next great coin story could be yours. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2005p Roosevelt dime, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a discovery worth a fortune. Got an interesting coin or a question? Drop it in the comments. We love hearing from our fellow treasure hunters. Until next time, this is gzcoinsworld signing off with silver, cents, and stories untold. Imagine this: you're holding a 10-cent coin in your hand. Something so small, so ordinary, that most people wouldn't think twice before tossing it into a vending machine or leaving it in a drawer. But what if I told you that one specific 1968 Roosevelt dime, yes, a simple coin minted over 50 years ago, recently sold for an astonishing $510,000. That's $500,000 for a single coin you might already have in your pocket or jar right now. This is no fantasy. This is the real-life story of one of the most fascinating, misunderstood, and shockingly valuable coins in American history, the 1968 Liberty Roosevelt dime. So if you're a coin collector, a treasure hunter, a history lover, or just someone curious about forgotten riches, get ready. Because this deep dive is going to take you through the rich history, mysterious errors, collector frenzy, and the jaw-dropping value of the legendary 1968 dime. Section 1. The origins, the legacy of the Roosevelt dime. Let's start from the beginning. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946, just a year after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. His image was selected not just because of his leadership during World War II, but because of his personal battle with polio and his close connection to the March of Dimes, a national foundation originally formed to fight the disease. Designed by U.S. Mint chief engraver John R. Cynic, the obverse of the coin features a dignified profile of FDR, facing left. Above his head is the word liberty, to the left is the motto "I in God we trust," and below is the minting date. On the reverse, a torch stands between an olive branch and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. The words United States of America and one dime frame the image, along with the national motto E pluribus unum. For over 75 years, the Roosevelt dime has been in continuous production, with billions of them minted. But among them few are as valuable or as mysterious as the 1968 edition. Section 2. 1968, a historic year for America and coinage. The year 1968 was one of upheaval, progress, and tragedy in American history. Martin Luther King Jr. and Robert F. Kennedy were assassinated. The Vietnam War escalated. And back home, the civil rights movement surged forward. It was also a pivotal time for U.S. coinage. In 1965, the U.S. Mint eliminated silver from dimes and quarters due to rising silver prices and a nationwide coin shortage. The 1968 dime, therefore, was struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition, not the 90% silver used in earlier decades. This means that 1968 was just the third year of the new, non-silver Roosevelt dime. Yet something unusual happened that year, a minting error so rare and baffling it stunned numismatists, collectors, and even the mint itself. Section 3. The rare 1968 No-S dime, a $510,000 treasure. Here's where things get wild. In 1968, proof coins, those made with special dies and polished blanks, were produced at the San Francisco Mint, and those proof coins were marked with the S Mint mark. Every proof coin from San Francisco should carry that S Mint mark. But somehow, in a very limited number of 1,968 proof sets, a Roosevelt dime appeared without the S Mint mark. This anomaly, known as the 1968 No-S proof dime, became one of the rarest modern coin errors in U.S. Mint history. Only a handful are known to exist. Some estimates say less than 20 examples have ever been verified. Collectors were stunned. Theories ranged from die preparation errors to a deliberate mint mistake. Regardless of how it happened, the result was the birth of an instant numismatic legend, and in 2024, one of these ultra-rare 1968 No-S proof dimes, in PR 70 deep cameo condition, sold at auction for an earth-shaking $510,000. Section 4. Why it's worth so much. Error plus condition equals treasure. Let's break down why this dime commands such a colossal price. Rarity. With only a handful of verified specimens, it's one of the rarest proof coin errors in U.S. history. The absence of the S Mint mark on a coin that should have it is like a historical printing mistake in a rare book. It shouldn't exist, but it does. The coin that sold for over $500,000 was graded PR 70 DCM deep cameo. That means it was absolutely flawless, with intense contrast between the frosted devices and mirror-like fields. Top grading companies like PCGS and NGC have certified this coin's authenticity and condition, giving it credibility and driving up its value. Combine all these factors, and you have a coin so exceptional that serious collectors will pay a fortune to own it. Section 5. Other valuable 1968 dimes. Not just an OS. Think the No-S is the only valuable 1968 dime. Think again. Here are other rare and collectible variations of the 1968 dime that could also be worth thousands. Full bands FB designation. This refers to the clarity of the horizontal bands on the torch on the reverse. If they're sharply struck with complete separation, your dime could fetch $100 to $2,000 depending on grade. Off-center errors. If the coin was struck off-center, values can range from $50 to $1,000 plus depending on how severe the misalignment is. Clipped planchet errors. Dimes with a piece of the planchet missing due to a minting misfeed can sell for $100 to $400. Wrong planchet strikes. A 1968 dime struck on a foreign coin blank. That's rare and worth thousands. So even regular circulation coins from 1968, if they have errors or are in mint condition, can hold significant value. Section 6. How to check your 1968 dime. You could be holding a fortune. Here's how to search for treasure in your change. Step 1. Look at the mint mark. Does your dime have a mint mark? For a 1968 proof coin, if there's no S and the finish is mirror-like with frosted details, it might be the legendary No-S dime. Step 2. Examine torch bands. Use a 10x loop to inspect the torch bands. Clear, separated lines mean full bands. Step 3. Check for centering. If the image is off-center or the rim is uneven, it may be a striking error. Step 4. Weigh your coin. A clad dime should weigh exactly 2.268 grams. Any significant variation could mean it's on the wrong planchet. Step 5. Don't clean the coin. Cleaning destroys value. If you suspect a rare coin, store it safely and contact a reputable grading service. Step 6. Get it graded. Submit your coin to PCGS, NGC, or Annex for certification. Authentication is key to unlocking high value. Section 7. market trends, and future values still rising. Here's the exciting part: the value of rare 1968 dimes is still rising. With coin collecting more popular than ever and baby boomers passing down collections to younger generations, demand is surging. And in an age of inflation and digital money, physical collectibles, especially rare coins, are seen as secure stores of value. This means that today's $510,000 No-S dime could be tomorrow's $1 million marvel, and that beat-up old change jar in your kitchen. It could be holding a piece of American numismatic history. Section 8. A tiny coin with a giant story. From a dime meant for ordinary pockets to a record-breaking collector's trophy, the 1968 Roosevelt dime is proof that even the smallest objects can hold the biggest stories. It represents a moment in American history, a glimpse into minting mystery, and a shining example of how one overlooked item can become a life-changing discovery. So, what are you waiting for? Check your change, search your drawers, explore your family coin jars, because the next $500,000 dime might just be in your hands. And remember, in the world of coin collecting, the rarest treasures are often hiding in plain sight. If you loved this story of the 1968 Roosevelt dime, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a rare coin spotlight that could change your life. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you have a 1968 dime? Have you checked for the No-S? Until next time, this is gzcoinsworld, where history meets hidden fortune, and every coin has a story worth telling. My dear friends and great fellows, again back to the ultimate coin discovery of the decade. You're about to uncover the astonishing truth behind one of the most unsuspecting coins in your pocket, the 1994 Roosevelt dime. This seemingly ordinary 10-cent piece has stunned collectors, auction houses, and historians alike with a shocking market value of $480,000. Yes, you heard that right, a single 1994 dime struck in Denver has sold for nearly $500,000. But how is that possible? Get ready, because we're about to reveal the complete history, rare features, shocking errors, and expert valuation secrets of the 1994 Roosevelt dime that could be hiding in plain sight. Section 1. A legacy in your hands: the Roosevelt dime's timeless design. The story of the Roosevelt dime begins way back in 1946 when the United States Mint introduced a new design to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the only U.S. president elected to 4 terms and a hero of the American people during the Great Depression and World War II. The dime's introduction also commemorated Roosevelt's fight against polio and his legacy as the founder of the March of Dimes, a campaign that once rallied Americans to donate 1 dime at a time to support polio research. Designed by John R. Sinek, the dime's obverse features Roosevelt's distinguished profile. The reverse side showcases a torch, symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength. This iconic design has remained virtually unchanged for decades and has passed through the hands of millions of Americans, yet some versions of this humble coin are worth far more than anyone could imagine. Section 2. 1994 Roosevelt dime: the Denver Mint's hidden treasure. In 1994, the Denver Mint struck over 1.1 billion Roosevelt dimes. Most were used in everyday transactions, tossed in vending machines, dropped in piggy banks, lost under couch cushions. But within that massive sea of coins, a handful were struck with rare and extraordinary characteristics, errors so rare and conditions so perfect that they turned the 10-cent coin into a numismatic legend. The D Mint mark just above the date on the obverse tells us it was struck in Denver, Colorado, one of the busiest and most technologically advanced U.S. mint facilities. Even with their high standards, a few mysterious and valuable anomalies escaped into circulation, and that is where the legend of the $480,000 dime begins. Section 3. The $480,000 sale: a shocking auction moment. Collectors were stunned when one remarkable example of the 1994 Roosevelt dime was graded by PCGS, the professional coin grading service, as a perfect MS-70 Mint States 70. That means the coin was in absolute flawless condition with no blemishes, scratches, or imperfections visible even under 5x magnification. But that wasn't all. This particular coin was also verified to have a rare die error, a dramatic double die on the obverse with visible doubling of Roosevelt's eye, ear, and the inscriptions "Liberty" and "I in God We Trust." This combination of ultra-rarity, perfect condition, and historical appeal ignited a bidding war at a private auction hosted by a major numismatic institution. Final price $480,000. Yes, nearly $500,000 for a coin you could still find in circulation if you're lucky. Section 4. Rare errors found in the 1994 D-Dime. The 1994 D-Dime has gained immense value not just for its perfect condition, but for the astonishing minting errors occasionally found on these coins. Here are some you should watch for. As seen in the $480,000 example, doubling in Roosevelt's features and inscriptions adds tremendous value. When the planchet is not correctly aligned in the press, the result is a misaligned or off-center image. Some of these coins are up to 50% off-center, yet still show a readable date, making them extremely rare and valuable. These coins can range from $200 to $2,000 plus. This error occurs when a blank is punched too close to the edge of a metal sheet, leaving a curved clip. Depending on the severity and shape, these errors can be worth $100 to $600. Occasionally, a dime might be struck on a planchet meant for a foreign coin or another denomination, like a penny. These wrong planchet dimes can be worth $5,000 to $15,000 or more, especially when authenticated. A cut appears when a part of the die breaks off, leaving a blob-like feature on the coin. These dramatic errors are favorites among collectors and can push a coin's value into the high hundreds or thousands. Section 5. Grading matters from pocket change to priceless treasure. Now let's talk about condition. When it comes to modern coins like the 1994 D-Dime, grade is king. A coin in average circulated condition might be worth face value. But in uncirculated or mint state condition, especially MS65, MS67, MS69, or MS70, values rise dramatically. Just to give you a sense of how rare MS70 is, out of millions of coins minted, only a handful survive with this flawless designation. And when such a coin also contains a major mint error, that's when values skyrocket. Even a 1994 D-Dime graded MS67 without errors can sell for $150 to $400. MS68. Expect prices of $1,000 or more, but an MS70 with a verified error. Life-changing money. Section 6. Current market trends. The rise of modern coin collecting. The coin market is booming. In recent years, we've seen an explosion in the value of modern coins with mint errors or high grades. Collectors today are paying more than ever for coins they once ignored, especially if they come certified by PCGS or NGC. The 1994 D. Roosevelt dime stands as a symbol of this new wave. A dime once worth 10 cents is now a six-figure investment. And because these coins are relatively recent, there's still a chance that rare specimens remain hidden in coin rolls, old piggy banks, or even your own change jar. With more people joining the hobby and auction prices climbing every year, now may be the best time to start searching, collecting, or even selling. Section 7. How to spot a rare 1994 D-Dime. Your 5-point checklist. Want to know if you're sitting on a $500,000 treasure? Here's your essential checklist. Step 1. Look for the D mint mark just above the year 1994. This indicates the coin was minted in Denver. Step 2. Use a magnifier and carefully inspect Roosevelt's face, lettering, and rim. Any visible doubling or misprints? That could be a double die. Step 3. Look for off-center strikes, curved clips, or unusual shapes. Compare with a normal dime if needed. Step 4. Weigh the coin. A standard dime weighs 2.268 grams. Any major difference could mean a wrong planchet. Step 5. Preserve the coin in a protective sleeve and submit it for grading by PCGS or NGC. Certification turns curiosity into credibility, and that's what drives top dollar sales. Even if your coin isn't worth $480,000, it might still be worth hundreds or even thousands if it's in the right condition. Section 8. A dime that defines destiny. Who would believe that a simple 1994 D. Roosevelt dime, something most people ignore every day, could carry a value of $480,000? But that's the magic of coin collecting. These tiny metallic objects are more than money. They are pieces of American history, miniature works of art, and symbols of a nation's evolution. So keep your eyes open. Keep your change close. Because the next great discovery could be sitting in your pocket right now. This is more than a hobby. This is treasure hunting with real treasure. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey through the mystery and fortune of the 1994 D. Roosevelt dime. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, hit subscribe and ring the notification bell for more amazing stories from the world of coins. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a 1994 D dime, or want help checking your coins. We read every message and love hearing from fellow collectors. Until next time, keep your change, and keep your eyes wide open. My very respectable coin collectors, treasure hunters and coin enthusiasts, to the most astonishing discovery in modern numismatics. What if I told you that a tiny coin from 1998, a simple Roosevelt dime minted in Philadelphia and once worth just 10 cents, is today valued at an unbelievable $470,000. Yes, that's right. In this video, we're diving deep into the amazing story, hidden history, rare errors, and unbelievable market demand behind the 1998 P. Roosevelt dime. It's not just a coin, it's a miniature time capsule, a collector's dream, and for a lucky few it's a life-changing treasure. So stay with us until the very end. Because this is more than just a coin. This is American history struck in silver and shining with value. Section 1. The Roosevelt dime, a coin built on legacy. The story of the 1998 P. Roosevelt dime begins more than 5 decades before its minting. In the year 1946, the United States Mint released a new design for the 10-cent coin to honor the legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a leader who guided America through the Great Depression and World War II. Roosevelt wasn't just a president, he was a national icon, beloved by millions, and the face behind the March of Dimes, a movement that once rallied every American to contribute a single dime to fight polio, the disease that Roosevelt himself battled. To pay tribute to his remarkable life, John R. Sinnock, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint, designed the Roosevelt dime. The coin's obverse shows Roosevelt's dignified profile, while the reverse depicts a torch for liberty, an olive branch for peace, and an oak branch for strength. This design has endured for decades, but some Roosevelt dimes hide something even greater. And in 1998, one dime minted in Philadelphia became something far more than spare change. It became a modern American legend. Section 2. The 1998 P dime, basic facts that hide an incredible story. The 1998 P Roosevelt dime was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most iconic minting institutions in the world. That year, the Mint produced over 1.1 billion Roosevelt dimes bearing the P Mint mark. Now here's the mystery. In a sea of over 1 billion coins, how did one single dime end up being worth $470,000? The answer lies in mint errors, ultra-rare die varieties, and pristine grading conditions that make certain examples from 1998 astonishingly rare. Let's peel back the layers of history and numismatic science that turned an everyday coin into a $500,000 treasure. Section 3. The $470,000 sale, a coin that shocked the world. It happened at an elite auction hosted by one of the most respected numismatic houses in the United States. A 1998 P. Roosevelt dime, submitted for grading to the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS), came back with an extraordinary designation, MS70, mint state 70. This means the coin was in flawless condition. 0 marks. 0 wear. Not a single imperfection under 5x magnification. But what made it truly legendary wasn't just the grade, it was a rare and dramatic error that elevated its value to the stratosphere. This particular dime featured a double die obverse DDO, a minting error where the die strikes the coin more than once, slightly misaligned. Under magnification, you could clearly see doubling in the inscriptions "Liberty, in God We Trust," and even in Roosevelt's eye and jawline. Only one known example of this specific error has ever received the perfect MS70 grade. And when it hit the auction floor, it sparked an intense bidding war. The final price: $470,000. For a single Roosevelt dime. From 1998. Let that sink in. Section 4. Rare errors and varieties that make this dime so valuable. The value of rare coins doesn't just depend on age. It depends on condition, rarity, and minting errors. And the 1998 P. Roosevelt dime has a surprising number of high-value error types, including this is the king of 1998 P errors. Doubling is most visible in the letters Liberty and In God We Trust, as well as Roosevelt's profile. Examples with strong, visible doubling have sold for thousands, even tens of thousands, without a perfect grade. These occur when the coin blank is not properly aligned in the die press. Some 1998p dimes have been found with 10%, 20%, even 40% off center strikes. Depending on the visibility of the date and mintmark, these can sell for $200 to $3,000. Some 1998 dimes were accidentally struck on improperly cut blanks, leading to visible clips on the edge of the coin. Unique examples with dramatic clips have reached prices of $100 to $750. Imagine a dime struck on a penny or foreign planchet. These ultra-rare errors are highly sought after, with values ranging from $5,000 to $20,000 depending on the anomaly and grade. Cracks or blobs of extra metal on the coin caused by damaged dies are growing in popularity. Dramatic examples can reach $100 to $500. Section 5. How to identify a $470,000 1998p dime. The Collector's Guide. Now let's get practical. How can you identify a rare and valuable 1998p dime? Here's your step-by-step guide. Step 1. Check the mintmark. Look just above the date. The coin must have a clear P mintmark indicating it was struck in Philadelphia. Step 2. Use a loupe or magnifying glass. Examine the words Liberty and In God We Trust closely. Any signs of doubling or shadowing? Look at Roosevelt's eye and jaw. These are key doubling zones. Step 3. Inspect the rim and edge. Is the coin off center? Does it have a clipped edge or appear irregular? Step 4. Weigh the coin. A standard Roosevelt dime should weigh 2.268 grams. Any significant deviation could mean it was struck on the wrong planchet. Step 5. Preserve and authenticate. If you suspect you've found a rare variety, do not clean the coin. Send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading and authentication. A certified grade is the key to unlocking serious collector value. Section 6. Current market trends. Why modern coins are exploding in value. Collectors used to chase only old, silver, or gold coins. But not anymore. Today, modern-era coins, even those minted as recently as the 1990s, are seeing massive price increases. Why? Because perfect condition coins with rare errors are incredibly hard to find. And when they are certified by top graders like PCGS or NGC, they become museum-worthy assets. Auction houses are seeing record prices for modern dimes, nickels, and quarters. The 1998p Roosevelt dime has become one of the top modern coins to watch, especially since more hidden varieties are still being discovered in circulation. Now is the time to search, collect, invest, or sell. This market is hot. And your pocket change might hold the next great fortune. Section 7. A dime that defines destiny. Who would have thought that a coin worth 10 cents minted just over 2 decades ago could now fetch nearly $500,000? But that's the beauty of coin collecting. It's not just a hobby, it's a journey through history, a search for rarity, and sometimes, a life-changing discovery. And the 1998p Roosevelt dime is proof that treasure still exists in plain sight. So check your pockets. Search through old jars. Examine every dime that comes into your hands, because somewhere out there in someone's spare change lies a $470,000 Roosevelt dime waiting to be found. And maybe, just maybe, that discovery belongs to you. If you found this video informative and inspiring, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss the next great coin story. Got a 1998p dime? Found an error coin? Drop a comment, we want to hear your story. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep your eyes sharp, your hands steady, and your coins close. This is gzcoinsworld signing off with silver dreams and copper treasures.